Welcome to Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Pierson-Mills. We're going to be covering the greater areas of Las Vegas all the way to Pahrump and Mesquite, talking about trends, events, sports, and more. I'm super excited to welcome all of our guests this year and have a great time, which is everything Unlocking Las Vegas. Hey you guys, welcome back to the podcast, Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor and Miss Farras. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're still in the new year. Do I still have to say Happy New Year?
No, I think we're done. We're done. We're like mid-January. I think we're done.
Okay. I don't like those niceties. You
only say it so much?
Yeah, I'm like, Happy New Year. Okay.
I'm kind of past the point where it's like, okay, it's New Year's. Everyone should be ready to go, positive, make it a good year. So yeah, you don't have to say it.
Okay.
But hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Good.
It's been a great couple of weeks with January.
It has.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. It was different. It was different.
Because your kid's getting older?
It's, gosh, I feel like last year was just kind of crazy. So it's, going into the, Christmas in 2024 it felt a little bit different. Kylie had mentioned to me, she was like, it didn't really feel like Christmas this year. And I was like, I totally agree. Like it had a different vibe. It kind of felt like once we hit Thanksgiving, everyone was just kind of waiting for like the year to end. But yeah, overall, I can't complain.
Mine was opposite. I freaking leaned into this Christmas.
That's good.
I realized I was like, Rocco, he is a sophomore. I was like, I only have 3 Christmases left with this kid in the house, like magical mornings, like magical evenings, like, baking cookies, which I don't do, I leaned in, man.
Now that you said that, I literally had a dream the other night.
You started counting?
Well, Kylie turns 13 in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's 5 years till she graduates. It's 5 years till she's 18. So I'm on board with that. Like, yeah. I only have 5 years.
I don't want to be that mom because I'm blessed though.
I do. I want to be a helicopter mom. I tell her all the time, I'm a helicopter mom. I don't care. I will move where you're going to college. I will have a place there. I will follow you wherever you go. I'm a weirdo.
So my blessing is that Isabel lives down the street. Like she owns a house down the street. Yeah. And I'm not making up for lost time, but I have a little bit like extra time as I get older. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got a lot of staff and a lot of help. Right. And so I made a TikTok the other day. I don't know if you saw it.
I did. And you're like, I love making her lunch. I was like, look at how silly she is. The thing is it's really cute. It's generational because her mom does the same thing. I was going out of town for Christmas. Her mom's like, here, take all these things.
My mom.
And so it's passed down to Erin. So I think it's really cute, but I'm a helicopter mom. I will literally live in the same state she goes to college. And she's like, you're not following me. I am.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You scare me.
I'm following you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I need to keep my eyes on
the difference between you and me. And so I love Farras. So Farras manages my life, right? Like whatever I need.
I try my best.
She helps me with the things I don't want to do. And so I've literally never registered my kids for school. You've always done it.
Oh gosh.
And sports. And I've never checked their grades. I will refuse. I'm like, you know what?
I check them all the time. I'm like, did you know that Rocco has missing assignments?
No, because guess what? I am developing a young man and he's got to have his own consequences. Like, I don't ask if you have homework. Like, if you fail, you're dead.
I do.
I will set fire to your room and all you will have in there is a freaking sleeping bag. So there's massive consequences.
I guess.
And you know what? My daughter is freaking amazing. Like, she is handling life as a newly single person. And I'm just really proud. And I think it's because I wasn't that helicopter mom. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying we're two different people.
I don't think that you're a helicopter mom, but I definitely think that you're an involved parent, just like as Craig. You guys are an involved family. You do a lot of things together. That is something that Kylie had asked me and her dad is like, I really loved our Alabama trip because we went to Alabama last year. And it was, it was a huge trip for our family. And so we went to Alabama. why did we go to Alabama? My husband's dad lives there. So
you're Bama fans.
Yeah. So, Roll Tide. Right? So, and we also went to the Iron Bowl. Okay. Side note, gosh, we have so much to talk about, but, she said, I really like that because we got to spend a lot of time together. Mm-hmm. And so we've been making it more of a plan to do that in this year. So I think that's how you are. And that's how we're different. I'm helicopter mom. I have set rules, expectations, but you're more of an involved parent / family. You guys do a lot of things together. Sunday dinners, you do, things like that. So
let's talk about my dinners. Okay. So when we talk about, because my life is all about time management and training others on time management, how to find time, how to get time. So I do love grocery shopping, meal prepping, and cooking. Cooking to me, people are always shocked when they're like, you love to grocery shop and cook?
It's my second home.
But
it's my thing.
It's actually where I go to relax. But cooking to me is it's all about the food, and my mind can turn off of work. And I am a feeder. So when you go through your love languages, I'm the worst.
Oh, that's why you were upset, because you wanted to feed me, and I said no.
I'm very upset this morning. I know. It's my love. So
got it.
I love giving gifts and making sure that you're nourished. So I have no love language.
So you're acts of service.
I'm acts of service.
Acts of service.
You have to do acts of service to me. I give them back. Do not give me a gift, but I'm a gift giver. Please don't ever give me a gift.
I don't even know what language I would be. I mean, you have acts of service. You have touch, physical touch. I like physical touch from my husband, but physical touch from other people, I'm kind of
Oh my head. Can we talk about something that happened at church the other day? Okay. So I go to church with my mom. And she knows more people than I do. And so we're randomly standing in the hallway, and this lady comes up, and I may have known her, we might be Facebook friends, right? Ooh. But I don't know your name or anything. And she hugged my mom. We were just talking with people in the hallway, and she balls came at me, hugged me. I'm like, oh, we're doing that? And my mom's like, oh, she doesn't like to be touched. And I go, wait, let's break this down. I go, look. I spend a lot of time on this hair and eyelashes and placement, and it's my thing. And so when people hug me, I have to fix myself, and I don't know.
I think it has to be you kind of have to know that it's coming, right?
Because came at me.
It's kind of, and it's, I really want to take that away from you. You don't like being touched. I don't think that's what it is, because there's many times that we'll see one another and I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll see you in a week, or call me or whatever. And we hug, and that's it. I think that if you feel it's coming, perfect example, when we went to Alabama, we had to meet the dad's girlfriend or partner, however they call it back there. And it was when we met her, she was like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, sorry, I'm a hugger, I come in. It's kind of you got to let them know.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Ooh. I hate the women that use that excuse. I'm a hugger. But
if we're family, so you got to think she's kind of family.
But I still have a wall up. You can't just be I'm a hugger and come at me. That's it's just no.
Well, it's more of an ask. It's hey, I'm a hugger. Are you good with that?
How would you feel if a guy was I'm a hugger? Is it weird because it's a guy and not a girl? I feel women use it as an excuse. I'm a hugger, and I'm that I love that for you. But
I am though. I mean, even with certain, I met some new people. With my company, and it was at first it was we did the handshake, then at the end, and I was well, we're kind of connected now, so come in for the hug. It's just real quick, it's real simple. I didn't say I'm a hugger. It was just kind of we're kind of in now. I kind of did the embrace kind of stance. So what?
I said you're yelling.
Oh, I'm not yelling, but what I'm saying is I kind of
passionate.
Well, no, I think I went in for the embrace.
So me and my mom, we had a quick conversation with this lady, and then another passing guy I went to high school with. I love him. And I was like, Kevin, how were you raised? Is it because of how you were raised? Okay, so we broke this down. My mom said, well, maybe my parents weren't huggers either. And see, we all grew up in a family business. I have called my mother Christy since I was 7 because we've owned our own businesses. So I'm almost thinking, could it be how we were raised? More business, more professional, we do say.
I don't know. I tried to save you. And honestly, she just doesn't like being touched. I think we're going to leave it at that.
Okay. And it's not because of COVID. It's not because of germs. It's because I have an issue. I have a glam.
I don't know. No. I don't think you can use that as an excuse. I just don't think that you I tried to save her. I really did because I thought maybe it was something different. But she just doesn't like physical touch from other people. I mean, I kind of feel like you're like that with Craig too. And I think you're kind of I think you're like that with all of your family, the kids and everything. And I think that's just who you are. And I think it's okay.
Yeah, see, maybe I'm replacing that with food. You eat that and that's my love.
You know what I think is that,
and I don't want to be judged.
What I don't like, I think, about this, and that's why I try to
Seinfeld.
Yeah, why I wanted to kind of save you on it is
there's no saving me.
Yeah, is that I don't like when people are like, oh, she doesn't like being touched.
Okay, I don't like when people say that.
Why do you have to say that? You just don't have to say that.
Well, it makes me sound like I feel like I'm a Kardashian and better than you. That is not it.
I don't know. I don't take it that way. I take it more of oh, this is a problem kind of thing. So I just think that people should know the boundaries of oh, hey, especially if you do know somebody and you haven't seen them in a long time and they kind of come in for the embrace, you can just kind of you need to kind of read the room.
Well, I can take it. I can absolutely take it. I was like, oh, but
maybe that's it. I wanted to protect her. We're going in. We wanted to protect her because she doesn't like unsolicited hugs.
Amen. And that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And you know what?
She'll hug her dogs though.
Oh. Okay, so Mr. Mills has all the love languages.
We can't keep talking about hugs.
Okay, but
we're done with the hugs.
He's so mad. He's like,
Happy New Year.
I haven't sat next to you on the couch for 7 years. I'm all, well, yeah, my giant
Happy New Year.
Horse dogs. Okay, so let's talk.
So off topic.
Let's talk.
Hello, welcome to the podcast.
My new best friends.
Oh, I love them.
My colored pens. Okay, so in last week's podcast, I got myself the best Christmas gift on the planet.
The big ass calendar.
Check the link in my bio. It's on my Amazon store and are my favorite things. And so it's this giant calendar and it's the whole year. Okay. You got to have a little bit of space for it, but it fit on my, my closet doors in my office. And so it fits right there.
Nice.
And so, I am a color coded person. So these color coded markers are my life. So if you're watching this on video, I'll actually show you. So each one has to do with something in my life that I have to do. So we've got the color coding right here. So we have in planning your whole year, you've got personal things, which can be doctor's appointments or dentist appointments. You've got trips, which are super fun. So they're in the happy color. And then you've got work stuff. You've got video contenting. And then you have the fun video contenting, which is going for your hikes, going on the strip, doing something fun. Anyway, so I am just loving this.
And then you forgot one more. This one.
Well, because that's kids and doctor's appointments. So kid things is actually pink, but personal is for me. So let's say I have a nail appointment, okay, or something like that. I don't do a lot of fun things anymore with myself. Look, I did no nail November because I was so agitated with my kids and budgeting because they just want. I say every time Rocco locks eyes with me, it's $100 look. It's $100 look. But guess what? Kid's got a job now.
Yeah, there you go.
He's making money. He's got a bank account. This was a huge thing. So we got him a bank account. Huge. And he got all this money for Christmas. He got a savings account. And my other thing, look on the link in my bio. It's the 100 envelope challenge. Okay.
You got that.
I did 100 envelope challenge. You give it to anybody in your life that wants to save for anything, whether it's a trip, rainy day fund, a down payment on a house. And I'll tell you why.
I wish I had cash like that.
This is another thing. It is we are a cash family. So my husband has a job that pays tips. His inspection job, a lot of people pay cash. And so, and Rocco now, he works at a restaurant, so he does get cash. But
there you go.
What it is as you're flipping through it, it's got the first envelope is $1. You would put $1 in there. And then it goes up. So 18.
Yeah, I've seen it on TikTok.
18 random dollars you stick in there at the end of you filling it out. And listen, you have to fill out a bubble. So you won't just take it out, right? Because you have to, keep yourself accountable. When you fill it all up, guess how much you have?
$2,500?
$5,050.
Wow.
So
I want that. Does someone have one filled? They just want to donate?
So, but these are really fun goals to have, and it's really fun to do with with your kids so they can learn about
if you're
money.
A cash family, for sure.
Cash 100%. Family, for sure. But, what if you even get out $100 a week and you break it down? Hey, give me $100 in 20s, 5s, 10s, and 1s.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that and not be lazy.
Hey, we want to go on a Disney trip at the end of the year. Let's save together. Hey, guys, instead of driving me absolutely insane all week wanting to go to Chick-fil-A, let's take that, I swear to God, $47.
I know, it's crazy.
For a family of 4. Let's go take that out of the ATM and let's fill it up in the 47 or 22.
Well, if he's got a job now, that's on him. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah, but I still like training my kids up a little bit.
There you go.
Our 31-day challenge, let's talk about that. It's going really well.
Yeah.
So in the Social Collective, if you guys are not part of the Social Collective, click on the link in the bio. You can join for only $25. It has got hundreds of videos training you guys how to do social media, how to time management, all of my mastermind classes, and more. What else can you say about that?
I mean, it's, if it's one thing that I did see going into this year is that having a personal brand is going to be super important. So being a part of the Social Collective is going to be a huge thing for you because having a personal brand, no matter who you are, you don't have to put on there that you're an influencer or this, that, and the other, but just have your own personal brand, whatever it is. People are going to be looking for that, seeing that there is so much AI, there is so much of social media.
And if you don't know what a personal brand is, that's what I help people with.
So that's inside there too.
People don't understand what that word means
for this year is personal brand.
Do you know what that word means? I know you do.
I mean, I do because I'm in it.
Yeah. A brand is actually what people say about you.
Yeah.
So love that. Anyway, so what we do is we're wash, rinse, and repeating basically. And so we're calling it the 31-day challenge because January started with 31 days.
Right.
But if you're in the Social Collective, not only do you get access to all of the filmed training portal that's over here, we're on Zoom every single week. And we dive down into what I challenged you to do the last 7 days and what the next 7-day challenge is. Okay. We're in a private Facebook group where I drop daily tips and daily motivation to keep you guys going.
The Social Collective on Facebook.
The Social Collective on Facebook. And so basically with anything in life, you need an accountability partner. So let's say you want to diet, maybe your spouse, maybe your partner, your roommate, your gym friend. If you're doing it yourself, you got to be a really badass, strong person to do something by yourself consistently. Right?
Yeah.
Now
you can do it though. It's discipline.
Yeah, I do it. I do. But social media has been my life for the last 20 years. So it's like breathing to me. And so I hold myself accountable. If I don't do it.
We got the dogs.
It's not good. Yeah. The dogs hold me accountable.
There you go.
So anyway, so real estate in Las Vegas. Oh, let's talk about it. So the elections are over.
Things are changing. I'm excited.
The elections are over. I have so many main questions. I know that people go dormant for 3 months. I do know that. Okay. I was quite busy during the dormant months, but now people are really coming out of their shell. We know that the presidential election, the switch is going to be happening here in
13 days, 14 days. Less than that now.
Less, because we're about a week away.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's going to be
right around the corner.
Yeah. I don't know why I said 13. I meant 3 days.
There's a lot of things that are changing, but let's talk about the realism. They are saying that this year there may or may not be only 2 interest rate. The interest rate has possibility to go lower.
I'm gonna insert a lie in there, and the only reason is because my husband loves everything finance. He works at Clark County Credit Union.
I want to tell you it's going down to 4. I would love to be able to tell you that.
Well, I'm not going to say that it's going
to play good cop, bad cop.
I'm not going to say like the exact number because I'm not an expert in that at all. But what he does do all the time, I'm always like sitting there, I'm like, what video is he watching now?
Yeah.
And he watches this guy on YouTube, and he was telling me that there is a lag. So there's always this lag that happened in 2024. Obviously we're seeing the highest of highest when it comes to inflation and all the things and the rates. And it's like they're dropping it, and then they upped it, and then they dropped it a little bit, and it keeps going down by these half points, stuff like that. And he said that there's a lag. Mm-hmm. So we should start seeing some stuff maybe February, maybe March. You can really start to see some of these numbers, to go down from this lag of what they started to do. Because it's something that I didn't know, just I think as an adult, is that, this whole inflation thing and rates going up, like this is a planned thing. This is something that they just do. And everyone always seems to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening again. No, it's a pattern that always happens. So towards the end of 2025, I mean, it's going to be pretty bomb.
Okay, so but let's talk about like holding, waiting, all these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is my job to help people through the questions and the scary questions and the home buying process and the savings and what it actually costs. People come at me daily, hourly. What's the interest rate today, Erin? Let me tell you something. Okay. First of all, I am not a full-time lender loan officer. Okay.
Right.
So I stay out of that financial arena because there are other people with the fingers on the pulse for that hourly, minute by minute. Okay. So it depends on your situation. If you are a first-time home buyer, there are lots of good things and grants that could get you in. If you are a veteran, you can get in with no money down. If you have an excellent credit score, you're going to get a lower interest rate than that guy over there that is in the 500s. Okay.
Right.
So there's not a blanket response to this. Now, for the people like my daughter who is sitting on these low interest rates and you're like, I'm never moving. I am never moving because I am locked into that 3% interest rate, which we might never see again. I mean, if you want to live like, I'm going to throw them under the bus, my husband's parents, right? So they live in a paid off home and it's too big for them and they are getting older and it has stairs and a basement and all the things, but they
like not having a mortgage payment.
And they're like, we will die in this house. And I was like, okay, you can be like them. You can be like the very old mindset. I'm going to call it like the 1950s mindset where you're like, I'm going to live with it. I'm just going to live with it, but you have to make sacrifices and chances because if you have this low interest rate, that's all fine and good. But if your family is growing or if it's leaving and you need a smaller home, take a freaking chance. You want to be happy in life or you want to just, have 5 kids in a 2-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house with no yard. That is your choice.
Yeah.
That is your choice. But people like me, we're here to break this down for you.
Right.
So the scary situation of leaving like a 3% low interest rate and going up into like a 6 or 7 interest rate, but what is ultimately going to make you happier? And if you're moving from, this neighborhood that the values aren't going up as high as moving up into this one, okay?
Yeah.
These home prices are not in any way, shape, or form targeted to fall. So if you're waiting for home prices to go down, you're SOL. Okay? So getting in right now, while homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer, you're actually saving money, okay, to get into that bigger home because in a year, if you sat here and waited, this home that you wanted that was $600,000 could now be $700,000. Now you priced yourself out. Okay.
Well, yeah. And then when it gets competitive, then you're going to get in a bidding war and it's going to be a whole thing. You're like, oh, that was my dream home. And it's like you waited too long.
You're never going to have the best of both worlds. You're never going to have low prices and low interest rates. So I'm always like, get in with the higher interest rate.
It's
because when and if it falls, okay? Like if we're going to get back down to 6s, 5s, 4s.
I mean, I think 4s is good. 5s are good.
House.
Yeah.
You already have the house. Now you have equity. Now you have opportunity to HELOC. Now you're building the wealth. Anyway, rant over.
Well, not to mention you're gaining, like you said, equity on homes and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
It's like 9 times out of 10, I hear a lot of people like, oh, we just moved into our home and we literally already banked like 20 grand. And I'm like, there you go.
So I think of it as your home is your savings account. So I do a lot of classes and I've got one really great guy who talks about reverse mortgages. So I'll just boop what a reverse mortgage is. So let's say for like my husband's parents who have a paid off home. Okay. So their home, let's just say, is worth $500,000. Okay. So, I mean, they're like willing to pass away and like pass on the home and the money to us. You know what? Okay. Or you've spent your life savings to stay in this home. Reverse mortgage means now the home is paying you. So it's kind of like if your Social Security isn't handling your needs, your mortgage company is paying you back for this house. So when you die, it's back up to $500,000 because you've taken that money out of the savings account. So your children can either buy it for $500,000 or sell it for there's no money left. But here's the thing. I mean, if you're just going to die to pass on your money to your kids, you do you, boo. Okay. Otherwise, you can allow your parents to live a comfortable life with the money that they put in. So that's reverse mortgage in a very, very teeny tiny nutshell.
Yeah, that's teeny. You'd have to go into that, but
and it's not for
I'm lost.
It's not for every situation. Well, let's say you have 5 kids.
and you don't want the squabble after you're dead to have to sell it and have to divide this. Let's say that they're not all copacetic.
Right.
And you're just like, I ain't leaving you with nothing, kids. It's my house,
Yeah.
I worked for it. I would like a comfortable end of life.
Right.
Okay. So
makes sense.
I'm always telling my parents, reverse mortgage your crap. I want you to leave with nothing. But I don't like family money situations anyway.
Next subject
would be Pahrump.
I love Pahrump. It's so up and coming.
My love. I have, what is it, for 4 years now? I think maybe 4.5. My first buyer bought there 4.5 years ago. Brand new, like D.R. Horton home.
Yeah, that's nice.
We're talking with like the in-laws quarters, separate entrance. They're all single story, 3-car garages. This was in a community. You can find all you want, half acres, non-HOA, all you want out there. She has gained $220,000 in equity.
Wow.
In 4.5 years.
Wow.
She could resell that.
She could buy like another home.
Pay cash. She could do
wow.
whatever she wants.
That's awesome.
Now, Pahrump is 45 minutes out of town. I get that.
It's not that bad, though.
But I've been calling it the Brooklyn of Las Vegas. If you know about the boroughs in New York, Brooklyn was like poo-poo, like in the 80s, the poo-poo. Oh, I got to drive over the bridge. I gotta commute.
It's actually really, really beautiful, like going into it.
I love Brooklyn.
Gorgeous.
My best friend lived there forever. But Brooklyn is now one of the hottest, most expensive boroughs. It's a vibe. Mm-hmm. But see, the people that lived out there and had those old brownstones, now they're like living like kings and queens because now they're selling for like, $3, $4, $7 million. Okay. So the thing about Pahrump, I do not sell a lifestyle out there. I do not sell education out there.
Right.
I do not sell, careers out there. It's not what I'm
property.
Selling. I'm selling property. I'm selling the fact that it is Nye County, not Clark County.
Yeah.
So out there,
different county.
You can still put in a septic. You can still get a well. You can put in a pool as big as you want, okay, because we do not have the Clark County guidelines. You cannot buy a piece of property here in Clark County right now and build a custom home without tapping into the city septic system and the city water system, which is an additional cost on to your loan, okay?
Eek.
So no more sewer.
I guess we're going to Pahrump.
Yeah. So, but what I like to say is most everybody, and it was just deemed, it went from the number 2 spot to the number 1 spot of retirement communities, which...
Hey, I mean, I guess it's better going there than Florida.
Look, we don't have humidity. We don't have natural disasters.
I heard we are the driest place in the world.
What are we at? I think
not in the world. I think in the
we're
United
at close to 200 days without measurable rain. So, I mean, there's that. And people are always like, how do they continue building in Las Vegas with the water, and all the things? Let me tell you, we're on...
Hey, but I think Pahrump's cool. I think that's definitely up and coming. So I think that's something that people need to put on their radar, especially for agents too. Don't tap into Erin's, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely, it's up and coming over there. I went for the very first time. That's last in December.
One of your friend's mothers lives out there.
Yeah, so I drove her home, and I was just like, oh my gosh! Like it reminded me of. Literally. I feel like it's like Las Vegas, but it doesn't have all of the bright lights. And you kind of just like it drops you right into it, and it's just there, and it's awesome.
It's really like a 2 stoplight town, actually.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's like Havasu used to be. They used to call Havasu a 15-minute town.
Yeah, I get that. So, I mean, it's definitely up and coming, though, and they're redoing, like, everything. And it's not that they don't have things. I mean, they have all the regular stores, grocery stores, all the stuff.
They do not have big box, so they do not have Costco. Okay?
No, but I'm sure it's coming.
That's a very quick 40.
I'm sure it's coming.
Well, there is supposed to be one in Mountain's Edge. That would be your closest one. But here's the thing. You have to, I heard, and I can't get the saying right, but you have to drive to afford. So a lot of people in Utah, a lot of my family live in outskirts cities and
then they drive in
giant homes with giant land because it's so affordable. And then they commute because we don't get
a lot of people in California commute.
We don't get that here in Vegas.
I mean, I commute to you. Okay. It was 43 minutes.
But anyway,
Lord.
But my point is that if you want a half an acre single story 3-car garage, with a septic and a well and no HOA for under $500,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say under $500,000.
$400,000 I can even give you.
Yeah,
that's where you want to be. But again,
what if I moved to Pahrump?
I'd be there all the time. We would build you the biggest pool with like a lazy river. So I took my son. So here's my angst. We'll end with this. My angst is my son is 16. He has his permit, but here in Nevada, it's tough. So you have to have 50 driving hours. Okay. And I don't want to lie. I want to be an honest person. I want to be a good driver. 40 hours daytime driving, 10 hours nighttime driving. Sounds easy.
It's not.
Well, we're at the end. He has his driving test in a week.
Oh, goodness.
And we're only like 60% done. So guess what I do? I make him drive me to Pahrump when I have clients out there, which
nice.
I go there 2 or 3 times a week now.
Nice.
Right? And we're driving out there, and this is through the eyes of a 16-year-old boy. Mom, these houses are sick. Look at all the land they have. Look how many 4-wheelers they have. They got a boat and an RV and a side-by-side. Mom, I want to live out here. I go, okay, well, there's no chicks out here.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I go, well, maybe we can explore some sort of option like, getting you a house out here and holding on to it. And then when you grow up.
We'll create something, make a lot of money, and then get your house out there. That's how you do it.
Okay. So anyway, it's been a really, really great week. I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
Ending the rest of January. Let's get it because we're almost in February already.
Yeah. And that's why I wore red, because I like Valentine's Day and I'm ready for the love, all the love.
I'm going to shock you with love with my lightning bolts.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on today.
Of course.
And good luck this weekend. You're going to a cheer comp with your child.
Yes, in Phoenix.
You're going to Phoenix. Okay.
We're going to Phoenix. Super excited. It's the first one for her. She's super pumped. And
I was a dance mom.
Go VEA. Let's go.
Can I come?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, that's good content.
Yeah.
It's like Bring It On. Are they mean? Do they have the talking stick?
We'll have to go. We have tons of them. We have tons of them coming up. So I'm sure
I'm going to the Salt Lake City one for show.
There we go.
Show. It's still going to be snowy up there. Anyway, love you long time. Thank you for following your favorite redhead realtor in Las Vegas and Paris. Bye.